Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we're talking about occupational and social wellness. And go to our website. Also, you can find all kinds of content on these principles, as well as physical and emotional wellness that we did in June. And we're so excited today to have life coach Laurie Hardie with us. And Laurie has an amazing 2 podcasts. And, you know, one of the things that I've found, Laurie, is a lot of women that are my age, baby boomers, they tend not to even think about doing or listening to a podcast. And I really want to encourage you to try it out. And you can try all different types. And of course, you'll be able to see these interviews, not on, listen, but you can see us on YouTube as well. So, Laurie, tell us a little bit about your podcasts. You have 2 of them, correct?
Right. The first one is Enough, and it's just a little coaching podcast that I've done. I have over 200 episodes, just quick coaching tips. But the new one that I've just launched, I'm so excited about because it's all about life interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
And so often life gets interrupted and we do one of 2 things. We give up, we throw up our hands and say, I missed all my opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Or we reinvent and we recreate.
Sure.
Act 2, so to speak. And it's been so fun to see people who have had the carpet ripped out from under them, whether it's COVID, divorce, death, and then to look at how they made a decision to reinvent, recreate, and maybe their whole life they didn't do the thing they loved. And now they're like, I am going to go out strong doing tap dancing, so to speak,
Right.
what I love.
Right.
And in a way, that's what you've done with Answers for Elders. And what I've recognized in Interrupted is so many people's lives are interrupted by caretaking. And I always say, go listen to that podcast, Answers for Elders, because the sooner you do that, the sooner you start to get help and answers, you can get some relief. And you can also get validation that, oh, I'm not alone.
Right. And the statistics out there, especially for family caregivers, and if you're taking care of a loved one, the average person that takes care of a loved one is 20 hours a week, and they work a full-time job, and they have a family to deal with. So when we look at the whole aspect of how we, come together and what we do, I think one of the things that's really important with all of this is that there are resources, and a professional life coach like Laurie can help you kind of find center, find your ground, find your purpose. And you know what? I will guarantee you, if you're a caregiver and taking care of a loved one, you will be a better caregiver if you're taking care of yourself. And this is a thing that, how many times do I tell people? And I'm the poster child for somebody that did it wrong. And I look at, I lost my relationship, I lost my house, I lost my job, I lost everything. I have no more relationship with my family because they were all jerks to me and I said horrible things. And then there was money issues, of course, that always happens because I didn't take care of me. And what happened was I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I didn't, admit to them because I was so zeroed in and, the guilt that was driving me to take care of mom. And then when she died, what I found, this is really interesting, is that my support system when I was caring for my mom were the people that were caring for her, whether it was in the skilled nursing center, whether it was at the assisted living, the nurse, the social workers, all of those people. And when she died, they went away. And I was in a situation now where I had to reinvent myself. And luckily I had the background of personal growth that I did. And I just kept having this, I told you before, I had this vision of the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And I was determined that I was not going to let it beat me. And I think that's one of the things that if we find something that we know we need to do in our lives, but we haven't done it yet, there's no time like the present. and find, if you have a passion, if you think about, you always wanted, I just talked to somebody just retired from the corporate world. She's going to start an art gallery and it's going to be done by the art is being done by women of domestic violence. And this is an amazing story of what she's doing and putting together. And she's got donations. She started a nonprofit. She's doing these amazing things to do this. And I started a therapy dog group like crazy, but one of the things, never underestimate the power of community to help you. Never underestimate the world and how it can support you when you're on the right track. And I think that's one of the things that, Laurie, you help us identify, do you not?
I wrote a book called Did Not See That Coming, Hope for the Single Parent. And the reason is because often we feel alone. And we think we're alone, but when we ask for help, it's very humbling. But when we ask, we can get help and support. Oh yeah, now we've got to receive it. But once we receive it, you know what happens? We become really good at helping others because we don't try to fix them anymore because we didn't want to be fixed. So learning to ask for help. And this is what I hear all the people I interview say. They go, don't be afraid. And I go, you know what? Everyone's afraid. What do you really want to say? And they go, oh, do it afraid.
Yeah. Or like Tony Robbins says, fake it till you make it. Just put those feet forward. Find something that brings you joy in your life. And there's so many things. You go on Answers for Elders. We've got choral groups that are forming all throughout the US of people that are over the age of 65. We've got people that are doing amazing things the second half of life or the third half of life. And those are the things I think that we have to take a look at. And so anyway, so before we stop, Laurie, how do we find your podcasts?
It's called Interrupted, Act 2, Reinventing Your Legacy. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcast, or if you go to coachlaurie.com, LAURIE, you can find a link there as well.
Yes. And Laurie, I am so honored that you joined us today. And I hope you will come back. I would love to have you back and talk to, be our coach for all these family caregivers that are out there that are trying to find meaning. You've been such a joy to be with us. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll be right back right after this.
Time to get back to Suzanne and more Answers for Elders.
And I would like to thank our guest, Laurie Hardie, professional coach, who is here to help you set a new path forward in your life. And also, please, everyone, check out Answers for Elders and the Vitality Revolution. And until next week, be good to each other. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.